So let's look into some clarifying information here. The Seven of Wands is often referring to something in your creative life or sometimes your employment as well. It feels as though some of you might have been, feeling like there was a bit of antagonism around, like you've been fighting to hold your own, whether or not there have been other competitive ideas in your workplace or new people coming on the scene that perhaps change situations around. But the Seven tells you, keep going, don't back down, and make sure that you still propel your own ideas and different thoughts and keep involved in projects. If some of you are applying for jobs, it can be a bit of a stalemate time because there can be other competition around. Some of you may have even found your workmates might have been a bit stiff or bristly, or there might be tension in a workplace for some of you. And for others of you, if you've been trying to produce something like a work of arts, or you're writing something, or you're involved in something artistic, again, it just feels like there might have been some glitches or some things have not been perhaps rolling as well as you would have liked them to. But it's not about giving up, and it's not about feeling defeated. It's quite the opposite. It's about making sure that at this time you keep it all going and you stand up for yourself and you make sure that your words or ideas are being represented and heard at whatever level. So for some of you with a business, this could also be just that you may have had a few glitches one way or another in this business, either in setting it up or perhaps with employees, or with ideas that you've been trying to change or implement as well. Let's see what a clarifier is here. Clarifier for Scorpio, please, on the Seven of Wands. What's going on with this card? One more. See? Exactly. If you keep going, you'll find that there will be victory coming. And I did sort of feel as if for some of you, it's like really a bit arduous and a bit tedious, and you're over it and you're going, oh God, look, I could just walk away. Don't, because there is something better coming, and there's a finality to the process, and there is a positive for you coming out of it. So I don't know to what degree the victory is actually suggesting. We'll see if one of these can clarify it a bit further. So this is just to clarify the victory for the Seven of Wands for Scorpio, please. What just else can we infer from that? And I'm noticing a lot of yellow in these cards that are here too. So yellow is about consciousness, which we mentioned before, and the thought process. It's also about freedom. It is also about the solar plexus chakra, and that is about strength and also strengthening that area of the body. So those are other messages for you guys. Come on, what is this? What is this clarifier for the victory? Unlikely. So maybe it goes up and down, and then perfect timing. Timing will have something to do with it. And we did say that at the beginning, to keep going. There is victory coming. It might be a bit convoluted, so I don't think it's a clear-cut path, but that's what the sevens always suggest to us, and timing is involved. So I'm just have suggested to you right from the beginning, whatever this is in terms of projects or idea that you're working on, or concept or creative resource, don't give up and just keep going, and know that perfect timing will play a role for you guys. If we come to this Four of Pentacles, it's a bit of a grinchy looking card, like he looks a bit, holding on to his coins like a miser. But it's not a bad card in actual fact. What it often means is your money is doing okay at the moment. And this king next to him, because they've come out together as well, he's very good with his money. He has money. He's a very opulent man. He's sometimes entrepreneurial. So your money feels like it's not too bad in this month. This card here, it can be talking about pondering where to invest your money. You might be wanting to make changes in investments, whether you've had them in shares and you're thinking you're not gaining enough, or whether you've had them in property and you're thinking, oh, that's not working, I'll sell that, or whether you have just been slowly building up some sort of accruement of money and you are pondering about where to put it next. So perhaps purchasing a property or shares. All of these are possibilities. Now I find with the Four of Pentacles there is sometimes an availability here where you are gifted some money or you come into a little bit extra. And I don't think it's a big win, for like a $200 million lotto win, but sometimes it can be gifted to you from someone you know as a loan, or it has ties attached to it. So it's like, I'll give you some money for your home, for a deposit on your home, but it has to be in my name. Or I'll give you some money for a car, but you need to come and visit me 2 days a week. So there's often attachments with this card around money. Let's see what the clarifier is for this. Clarifier for the Four of Pentacles for Scorpio, please. And that's the Six of Pentacles, and it says material and spiritual prosperity. So the Six of Pentacles, we've gone from the Four to the Six, so we're definitely still in the Pentacle realm. And I said I felt as though your money and your finances seemed fairly secure in this month of April. And there does seem to be as if there might be an increment or a loan. There can possibly be an inheritance. This material and spiritual prosperity is all about the cycle of giving and receiving in life. And when we understand that when we give and receive, we're on the never-ending, perpetual movement of exactly that. Sometimes we receive too much and other times we give too much. And if you do either one out of balance, then you won't receive the other. But I'm getting the feeling a lot of you are going to receive something. And as I said, I feel it could be tied up to the heart. It could be someone who you know who gifts you money, or it could be part of an inheritance. Whichever you are in, whichever is going to happen to you, whether you receive some or whether you give some, know that both of them are beautiful places to be in life, because they will move on to the cyclical movement of the opposite. Sometimes we do need to receive money because we might need a little bit for something extra, and that someone gives that to you is the gift of love. And that's how powerful giving is. Giving is usually done with the art of love, which makes it, one of the most powerful things we can do. I don't think we need to clarify that any further. The message there is really succinct, and it's quite strong, and as I said, it bodes quite positively. So if we come to the King of Pentacles and we have a look at him, he can come to us as an earth sign person. So he could be a Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo personality, and he might be around you at this time. For some of you, this could be a potential new love interest, or it could already be someone who is in your life who exudes these type of qualities. He is usually quite good with money. Now, he could be associated with the giving of the money one way or another. It could be him. He is quite entrepreneurial. He's also very generous, caring, grounded, and practical. He has knowledge of wealth and finances. He could be someone that is very good to talk to regards investments, whether they be on the share market, businesses, or property. He could be someone that you are going to for loaning a little bit of money, such as a bank manager or a mortgage broker. He could be a potential new boss for you, or he could be someone you're partnering with in terms of something like a new business as well. And again, that means all of these things could be tied up here. There could be a loan of money for starting up a new business or purchasing a business. There could be a pay rise coming for some of you off this one here. All of those type of things are energies that you could think or feel of with these type of cards that have turned up. So let's get a bit of a clarifier on the King of Pentacles. He also exudes, the type of energy I talked about, very practical, logical, down to earth, knowledgeable on finances and investments, and possibly quite wealthy or reasonably wealthy. So let's have a clarifier for this King of Pentacles, thanks. More money. Okay, so you guys are coming into money. This woman holding a coin, it's just more money. It could very well be, these two could be associated. They could be partners in crime per se. I don't mean crime, but they could be relatives. So it could be like a grandfather and a grandma that are gifting or loaning, or paying for you to go and visit them overseas perhaps, or paying for your education, or paying for a mortgage on a house. So she has a very, very similar message to this, that there's just people. And remember I said in the beginning, I felt people were involved in your reading one way or another. And every column we've been down now, there are other people involved. Even this one here, you know, the giving and the receiving involves other people. Here's two more people around you. And these are, I do feel they're actual people. And they're doing something about this money. Again, she's very logical, practical. She has knowledge. She is prepared to loan. She is prepared to support financially. And she's also prepared to give advice and help you out. These people could be also very beneficial in terms of things like referees, providing references for you in a job even, which would be the act of giving as well. This black cat here is so gorgeous. I can't help but notice him or her. And for some of you, pets will be in the limelight for the month, and some of you could be getting new pets, and that could be a cat. Some of you may have issues with your pets as well. It's just something to think about. We might try one more clarifier and just see, and we don't really need to. Again, they're fairly succinct, your cards. It feels like this is a no mess Charlie reading. You know, it's what I would call, I don't mean to say this and to be rude or anything, but it's like a budget reading. It's like quick and fast, off the back, no need to muck around, get them out. Whoever's here helping this one, they're just saying, get it done, hurry up. They've got the messages. You don't need to mamby-pamby and be all, you know, flashy and whatever else, walking away from something. So who knows what the walking away is, because these people here, as I say, are supportive and prepared to give you something. Perhaps they're encouraging you to walk away from something, and it could be something that has been tying you up or taking your time. It might have been a career path. These two could be very good in helping you to make decisions about going in a different career path. They could be the ones that talk about a new business prospect or a new career. You know, this could be the boss of a company and his wife, or it could be, she could be the HR person or the accountant. So if they're encouraging you to walk away, it's almost like they are offering something to you, like they are handing over something to create an offer that's making you think, oh, so then I have to leave something behind. I don't think it's choosing this or that, although they feel very, I don't know about you, but the more I look at these two, especially her, the way she's looking, it's almost like she's a little bit Scorpio herself, as if to say, yeah, well, I've got these things here for you, and it's a little bit private, and I'll let you know more the closer you come to me. And you will need to leave some things behind to take up our offer. Walking away is a fine thing to do. It enables you newness, it enables you new directions and positivity, growth, all sorts. So we see the last card, and it's the Page of Swords. And he is the very beginning of this concept of newness. Now, because he's swords, he's about communication and intellectual communication. He can come to us with quite feisty ideas and action. So when he's around, things can be quite swift. They can come in the form of communication, either verbal or written. Now, it could be that he's associated with something that's going on here, because it's like, well, here's an offer. Come to us and see what happens. And it creates action or activity. It creates energy and movement quite often in a different way than you anticipated. So let's go back to these ones and see if we can have a clarifier for the Page of Swords. What is the message referring to? What is it relating to? Clarifier for the Page of Swords for Scorpio. What is that page relating to? Broken heart. Attachment. Shamuel. Third chakra, Archangel Shamuel. And we said that there was, when I saw all the yellow in the reading at the beginning, I said there was a need for, strength in that area of your body. And Shamuel has actually come out to offer you strength and to remind you to use strength. This is also gut strength. And I noticed too the yellow goes up into his heart, comes in through the mind. So the mind can be in need of enhancement or added strength as well. So there's something going on in here, this Page of Swords, about relationships, I think, most definitely. And it might be communication that's coming your way about a relationship that is not going to perhaps last and is perhaps causing a little bit of pain. And it's interesting, this walking away over here. So whether or not a relationship that plays a part, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it can be one that you've been very attached to one way or another, whether or not the page delivers some sort of information to you that means that there has to be a moving away from this attachment, and that it will cause a bit of heart pain. And this is when you will need or feel as though you need to regain some strength or really apply strength in your mind and your heart and your physical body as well. So something towards the end of this reading, we've got this kind of like a little bit of tension over here anyhow, but we know that we see success coming when the timing is right. We've got this wonderful stuff going on with your money. So I think you're doing very, very well with your financial opportunities around you. There is abundance. You just have to make the right choices. But we're coming to this, and you might receive this communication, whether it's verbal or written, and there's a little bit of tension around it. And it's someone who perhaps could be like an air sign person or an air sign rising that seems as though they're ready to walk away for some reason, that they've got something else that's going on. Perhaps they're leaving, perhaps they are having to move somewhere for a job or a career, or they're just not feeling in sync at the moment. So this is leading to these feelings down here. There is the feeling that someone's heart is going to get hurt here. So perhaps for some of you this is a little bit of a romantic relationship. For others it might be just a very special bond. Now that could be friendships, or it could be family members as well. When we are attached to something, we end up like this person here. She's chained to a pillar and she's locked in the corner of a room, and she's feeling very grey, and she's kind of had a mask on. So attachments are generally what we would consider they're unhealthy, and they prevent us from having freedom, and they prevent us from being able to experience life with the feeling of happiness and light and prosperity. Attachments can be very hard to walk away from because they can come from previous lives, so they can be karmic attachments, and there's a lot of work required to break free from them. But you need things like internal strength and gut strength, and you need support from celestial helpers such as Archangel Shamuel. And I think Shamuel is very good in the realm of love, so you can call upon this angel to help heal this situation that might be going on with a person in your life, or even possibly people where you feel there's a bit of sadness going on, and I think that they're moving on. There's a possibility that it can be healed, but there's something that crops up that creates this feeling of bereftness and sadness, and that you feel, my God, I'm stuck in this rut, or I'm stuck in this room, I can't get out. But you can if you change some things around, and if you perhaps take this opportunity up here from these people who are offering you something and walk away. So, it's one of those, I think you've got duality in this month where there's some really good positives, as I said, especially around finances, which can be positive around career as well. Might do one last card from here.